We're gonna get more pumpkin spice lattes today.
Okay. Let's prepare.
I guess we'll start with Starbucks, as usual, just to remind us of
what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Like a contract with the devil.
Yeah, I mean, we did sign contracts with a demon before we started.
I think his name's Greg or something like that.
It was Greg Kinnear.
Yeah,
we signed a contract with the demon known as Greg Kinnear. Alright, let's get a look at this beautiful, soupy pumpkin goodness. Pumpkin spice latte number 1.
You know what it smells like?
Fall?
Oh, it smells like a pumpkin spice latte.
Good.
Huh, it just tastes like coffee.
Alright, the same thing happened last year. I actually got it a little bit sweeter this time, and I think it actually does make a difference. Every time I drink a pumpkin spice latte, it like reminds me of fall baking, and that's kind of what I'm getting this time. I've started doing oat milk in all of my drinks, and I think that actually really works with the pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, so we got to come up with a rubric. I think the one from last year worked pretty well. So taste.
Well, in terms of taste, I mean, it tastes good, but for me, I can barely taste any pumpkin spice.
You think it tastes like coffee? Like just
just coffee.
You got full sweet pumpkin spice latte. Like I got one that's less sweet, and I can definitely taste the pumpkin spice. I don't know if your taste buds are just like gotten so used to sweet things that...
You're not far off. I think the Dollarama that sold those 50-cent candy bars saw the return of me not that long ago, so...
Okay.
I'm saying I ate a lot of candy bars, so maybe that's screwed up. It's not really scary, though.
That doesn't look very scary.
Yeah, for the first one, I think it's great. It definitely gets me in the mood for fall. Like every one of these videos, I feel like this is the real calm before the storm. It's gonna go downhill pretty quickly. Alright, so pumpkin spice latte number 2.
Oh wow, this tastes more like a dessert.
Yeah, it's definitely sweeter. I think it's like I'm at the point now where I can kind of taste the syrups, because like most of these cafes use the same brand of syrups, and like this definitely tastes like a syrup I've probably had somewhere before, like at a different cafe. I like it. It's a little too sweet for me.
I wonder if there's marshmallow or something, or it's just the cream.
It might just be the cream.
Okay, I like the cream in it.
I don't get as much of a spice as I did from Starbucks.
I can kind of taste that earthy, what do you call that flavor? Is it nutmeg or what is it?
Dirt?
Yeah, dirt. No, I can taste there is like a clovey, nutmeggy flavor in here.
Maybe a nutmeg. Is it spooky?
No, it's kind of heartwarming.
Pumpkin spice latte number 3, Ladybug Cafe.
Yeah, this definitely tastes like a pumpkin spice latte. Like that's got all the flavor to it, like that earthy flavor.
It's actually really good. I think it's got the most complex flavor that we've had so far. I can taste the spices really well.
Yeah.
Not in like an overpowering way. It's like a really good, pleasant, like fall baking spice that hits you first. I can also really taste a good blend of coffee underneath all of it.
It's like a thick roast.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yeah, like I don't know what the terminology is.
I think it's a medium roast. Like it definitely doesn't taste like a dark roast. Doesn't taste overly.
It's not harsh.
No, I think it's got like a pretty rich coffee taste underneath all of it, almost like a chocolatey taste to it, like a richness underneath all of it.
It's not that spooky though. Very calming.
Nice location, very pleasant staff, so nothing too spooky about it.
All right, bottoms up. Please
don't finish them.
All right.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to go, so we're not gonna... Jesse, stop. Stop. You're gonna be like vibrating out of your skin.
Out of my atoms?
Yeah. You just like face through the bench. Okay, here we are at St. Polytechnic, our old stomping ground. Pumpkin spice latte number 4 is at the Odyssey Cafe. our student-run cafe. At very low hopes. It'll be great. It'll be fine. So this is drink number
4?
4. You can definitely smell that nutmeg off the whipped cream.
There's a flavor in here, and I can't put my finger on it.
Is it pumpkin?
Maybe.
Is it nutmeg? Because that nutmeg hit me pretty hard.
I don't know what it is. It might actually be pumpkin. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I did see them juicing a pumpkin.
Oh, was there?
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what it is.
I looked over and they were just like shoving a pumpkin into the...
Yeah, a whole pumpkin into a small, like a magic bullet.
Honestly, the majority of the flavor I'm getting here is the nutmeg, which is like right on top of the cup. So that's the first flavor I'm getting. It's hard for me to taste anything else. The actual coffee underneath the whipped cream kind of just tastes like coffee.
There's something else in it, though, and I don't know what it is. I like it, though.
It tastes mainly just like coffee to me, so it's not too sweet, which is pretty good. I think it's a good balance. And 4 coffees in, I think I'm really starting to...
It's not cinnamon, but it's...
Is it evil?
No. I know what that tastes like.
Speaking of which, how spooky was this? I think this one actually, this is a little spookier.
Well, I mean, this cup looks like some Lovecraftian deity.
Yeah.
It's like a massive writhing tentacles.
They've also got like all of the octopus stuff.
Yeah,
in
like
there,
a kraken.
sea creature type of stuff. So a little bit more on the spookier side. The Odyssey.
Their logo was like this guy with a corncob pipe and a beard. He looked like a lumberjack that must have seen something terrifying out in the woods.
All right. See you on the next one, folks.
Want some of my loaf?
All right. This is number 5.
It smells really good.
Wow.
There's a sweet smell in there.
Like cinnamon.
This is like the right amount of sweetness without too much pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes, I think, a little bit more like pumpkin pie.
Maybe that's what I'm picking up on.
This is number 5. Starting to feel it. Yeah, is it spooky? It's a black cup.
It's these leaves that kind of scare me.
If you were to compare this to a horror movie, what horror movie would it be?
Probably Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Either Angels in the Outfield or Field of Dreams. One of them.
This is a baseball drink.
I want a hot dog.
You're in the stands and you're kind of bundled up for the fall game and you're drinking this.
Do they play baseball in the fall?
You could.
Sure. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Oh, wow. It's pretty strong.
Coffee's more pronounced.
Really, I can taste the spice.
I can definitely taste the spice. This is probably the most pronounced coffee forward one that I've had. So.
Yeah.
We also got a lovely cheese board.
I can definitely taste nutmeg in this.
Yeah, I'm getting some nutmeg. I'm getting some cinnamon. I think a little bit back in the throat. Maybe a clove or 2.
I think you have a more acute sense of taste and you can pick up on things better, and I have like an overall normal palate.
And I have like a mutant palate. So
you can just taste things like way more clearly than I can.
it's not too sweet. I think the spices are pretty well pronounced. There's a nice balance of coffee flavor coming through. This one's definitely one of the better ones so far.
It sticks around on your tongue, like the aftertaste, more.
Sure. Was it spooky?
Nah.
I mean, don't know if you noticed this, but their mascot is a Yeti. So
That is kind of spooky, so.
Alright, so this is drink number 7. Controversially, I think we're doing one that's not quite a pumpkin spice latte, but a very interesting pumpkin drink. And that's the pumpkin matcha fresh milk tea from Don't Yell at Me. Oh yeah, so you said give it a good stir before you drink it.
All right.
Whoa.
Huh.
Wow. Whoa. It is pretty sweet. However, I just got a whack of tea. Like you can taste the like brewed quality of a really good tea. Yeah, because I guess like it's supposed to be matcha, but I think like what I'm tasting is definitely a black tea. So I'm assuming it's like a blend.
I was expecting this to be kind of like in milkshake territory, but it's not.
Here, I'm gonna try and blend this green stuff, the matcha, into it. I'm also gonna eat this tiny little cookie up here.
Is that what the green stuff is?
The green stuff is the matcha, right?
What is matcha?
It's a type of green tea, very strong, quite bitter.
Okay, I think I can taste it now.
It's kind of got like a grassy taste to it almost.
Yep, I definitely taste that now. Now that it's all mixed in together, that's really good.
Yeah, because I think that bitterness of the matcha really cuts through the sweetness of whatever the pumpkin like flavor or syrup was that was in it. I quite like that. Not quite a pumpkin spice latte. Tough to judge it accordingly, but
Yeah, but it does got that spirit.
I think it is a good sweetness balance once you blend it all together. I don't think there's a lot of spice to it.
No.
But it's also not called a pumpkin spice. The taste of the tea is really good. The blend of the black and the matcha, I would never think it would work that well, but it works really well.
Yeah, now that I've mixed it up, it's really good. Everything's in balance now, like...
Was it spooky? It's kind of spooky.
It's got a cool little logo on it. It's hard not to like this. It's just a good drink to have.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Last one of the day. Whoa. That's pretty sweet.
It is sweet, but I can definitely taste cloves in mine. Is it cold?
I think I'm okay. I think I'm just like, my brain is starting to shut down.
We should probably get a lot more water into us at the end of this whole thing. That's the important thing, is drink a lot of water if you're doing something like this.
I think it's very sweet. It almost tastes like an artificial sweetener. Like a aspartame or like Splenda. I'm not getting a lot of spice.
I can definitely pick up clove in mine.
Maybe a little bit on the back of the tongue. I'm getting a little bit of spice. Not sure what it is.
I don't get a lot of aftertaste with this one.
I think it's got a slightly bitter aftertaste from the coffee.
Okay.
Which isn't bad. Like, I kind of like that. As opposed to just like a lingering sweetness, like a sickly sweetness. Was it spooky?
No,
I mean, there are these murder of crows. It's just been like...
yeah, you know what?
Going
No,
nuts.
yeah, that was pretty I was gonna say
Scoopy?
Scoopy.
Pretty Scooby.
Pretty Scooby. Now, if a raven actually like flew down and said nevermore and then flew away, I mean, that would just top the charts.
Nevermore, nevermore.
Nonetheless, pretty solid.
Yeah, I quite like it. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get the hot dog. Third round of our annual pumpkin spice latte taste test. We had 8 pumpkin spice lattes in 7 hours. Some good, some bad, some questionable. Which one was your
I
favorite?
did like the Good Earth one a lot.
We didn't have a Good Earth one.
Which one am I thinking of? Here you go. Let me think about which one it was again.
I think my favorite was probably, Ladybug Cafe. That's the one I remember most in terms of like how good the coffee was underneath all of the pumpkin spice latte, which tends to get lost with pumpkin spice lattes a lot. And there was still like a really good balance of spices kind of on top of all of it. So it wasn't overly sweet. And the coffee was actually really good. So I think Ladybug Cafe takes it for me.
I can't remember.
Thinking of second cup.
Is that that one? They all tasted good in their own way, but something that I would definitely go back to drink again just because it had the niche flavor that I personally like was second cup. I did like that one a lot. Every flavor was easy on my palate.
All right, well, there you go. That wraps up Pumpkin Spice Latte number 3. Until next year, I suppose. We could have been getting decaf the whole time, but we didn't. I feel like my atoms are vibrating just a little bit. We're just going to go back into hibernation and wait until next fall so we can do more of these. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Until next year.